That's a review on the Homax Toughest tile. I used the roll-on kind and waited 3 days and showered, and it was like putty under my feet, except for the outside surface was dry. So I had to scrape the bottom out, and then I used this here, this spray can style stuff. You gotta shake it a lot, at least a minute or two before using it. Tape all the tiles everywhere you're not gonna want to paint on. You're not scraping it later. Scrape all the old caulking and redo it. I should have scraped more here, but this is my third time painting it. The stuff, like I had a shampoo bottles here, it sticks, so the paint will stick to stuff if it's not like super dried. It's better to put the soap and stuff in some kind of holder. There's no wall holder in here, but the tub was super horrible when I moved in. It's just an apartment. It was all scratched up and rust color. Couple old chunks missing out of the corners where I could see the metal. It was black, some kind of black surface underneath. It looks way better now. Tile's a little dirty. I'll scour that later. Scraped there. That shows how light it should be compared to there. I'm gonna clean that up more later, but this is just a touch-up job on it. But the roll-on kind did the whole tub. I taped it and everything like it was a spray paint, but the bottom, it pulls up, and it takes, I would think, like 3 months to dry hard, maybe even longer. Spray-on kind, maybe like 5 to 7 days, it's good to go. You want to tape all the trim or take it off or tape it. And all the corners after you scrape the old caulking off. And clean it and acid etch it. This, before I was getting all soap scummed up and dirt and grime, before I redid it for the third time, I used this here. It's C-Sense hole cleaner, stain remover. I poured it on around where it was real dirty around the inside of the tub. Let it sit for about 5 minutes, and came back with this just a regular sponge scrub pad like this one here, and it wiped right off. It wiped all the grime and dirt right off. It almost looked like I didn't even need to paint it, but there's some spots where it drops the shampoo bottle, and then where the shampoo bottle stick to the paint, and a couple spots, and the soap did, so I still need to redo it. So I did those spots a little thicker after I prepped and taped and scraped some of the old caulking off. The stuff's meant for fiberglass, but this is a steel tub, but it still worked. It got the this is epoxy paint, so it's like it still worked to clean it super good. It says right here it's got a hydrochloric acid. You want to make sure you run after cleaning it, you run the water like 20-30 minutes at least, and flush the toilets and run the sink for 30 minutes at least on the cold. Here's the directions, but it's like 3 to 5 minutes, and then start scrubbing. Grease and dirt comes right off. It's got a, I don't say there, says ingredients somewhere on here. It's got hydrochloric acid in it. Contains hydrochloric acid. Wear chemical resistant gloves. Remove contaminated clothing immediately and wash before use. Wash thoroughly after handling. You want to wear gloves with this and the paint. The paint's really fumy. The roll-on kind, it stays fumy for probably 2 weeks. Huge intense amount of fumes. I think it's some kind of ether or something in the paint, and that says methyl acetate, dimethyl ether. It's like all these chemicals or ethers and acetates that smell real strong, so you want to have it ventilated really well. It even says to shut off your pilots and stuff. I would recommend using the roll-on kind if you're not going to use the tub or shower for like over a month, like 3 months probably to let it dry hard or longer. It's your only bathroom. The spray-on kind's pretty good. You might have to do 4 or 5 coats of this though if you got some really bad gouges, or at least 3 coats. The roll-on kind, it's like 2 coats, maybe 3. Takes a lot longer to dry though. And that's my review for the Homax Tough tile. I think this one's about, this box here, the Homax Tough tile kit spray-on kind was about maybe 40, and then the can, or maybe this was 50, somewhere like that, somewhere around that price, and then at the Lowe's, and then the can was like 40. I think the spray-on kind was a little more, or maybe it's vice versa, but you'll want masking tape, the painter's tape to tape around the border lines that you're not going to paint also. And a well ventilated area. I just got a fan in here. I had to open the doors. I had to shove a towel under the door. And but that's what it looks like. I need to just clean up along here. It looks a little dirty, the old caulking, but other than that, it looks pretty good.